Well, good evening and welcome to Speed Gaming as we present to you the 2023 Link to the Past Randomizer Tournament. We have this first round match over on your left. We have matt7898, one of the runners that went 6-0 in the group stage of the tournament. And on your right, we have Tylersalt. And if you notice those the Triforce icons, Josh, Tylersalt has a 1-0 advantage.
Yes, he clutched out a victory in game one by about 30 to 50 seconds. It was a really twisty and windy seed when I watched back for the most part that I could watch, but yeah, so Matt7898's gonna look to get some revenge now.
Yes,
try to survive.
Yes, try to survive in one of the longer modes of the tournament here, the Fad Keys, which is very interesting considering the fact that you and I just had to face each other off in this very mode, not in this tournament, but in also the All Dungeons Keys Sanity tournament that's going on at the same time. So we're getting exhausted. Our runners are going. We're both starting at the Sanctuary. Let's see what we get for our first keys.
Yep, so the key difference, though, is, speaking of keys, the GT Big Key will be somewhere in Ganon's Tower, and the Castle Tower Smalls will be vanilla, so a few less pseudo ice rods in the pool, but we still have lots to find.
Didn't stop our ice rod from being a needle in a haystack. Both runners look like they're going to be go straight to the Lost Woods route.
Weak tree pull so far today. Ooh, as we get a glove from the Thieves' Hut.
This, as soon as we can get some bomb drops, we'll open up the back three of Escape. However, the Tier 1 tree pull and also the bush crabs not doing us any help.
I wonder if either of our runners are going to do a Gamma Chew start and try to go up the mountain as they are. Nope, we're saving and quitting and leaving.
Both runners starting here at home, getting that piece of heart. And so Matt's going to be heading to the village and trying to do the 50-50s on the bombs. And it looks like that's exactly the same way that Tylersalt's going to be doing this as well.
Yeah, so given that you had a chance to get a 50-50 bomb drop right outside of Link's hut, you could have gotten a bomb there, as Matt7898's trying to get some bombs, as will Tylersalt.
Yeah, unfortunately, Tylersalt's got the guard bothering him. Matt 1 for 3. Tylersalt 2 for 2. Bomb drops are 50-50 until you need them. Then they're 1 for like 8,000.
Tyler says enough, 2 will do.
Yeah, and I think Matt's getting to that resolution here as well. Took 3 opportunities, came up with only 1. So at this point, I think Matt's just hoping that when he scouts this ledge here, it's going to be absolutely nothing. And so therefore he can spend that bomb over at the bomb hut. Get the free refills there, the 4 odd pod every entry, and it does turn out that Matt is going to win out this battle because it's just a 20 rupee.
Yeah, in a way, I don't blame the mini gamble on picking up the 20 rupees there.
A piece of heart. Well, I mean, key sanity mode means that the odds of it being something increase dramatically. And even if it is not something like a key or a big key, there's a possibility it could be a map. It could tell you what dungeons you need to clear before you have access to Ganon's Tower.
You find an article of clothing inside of the bar. I suppose that tracks.
It's only the second item that we've been able to track so far this seed.
Doesn't look like Matt7898's going to believe in the heart of the cards. Well, they're getting some money, so even if they have to, they'll buy more bombs. We got a pod small and a Thieves Town small.
Always nice to get the Thieves Town small before you get the Thieves Town big.
Tylersalt is going to be doing the bomb refill room, while matt7898 is going to have to go back to the bomb shop, our item shop, to be able to purchase some bombs.
Wouldn't be surprised if he first goes to the bottle vendor, see if he gets bombs off him. Doesn't, so now he'll go to the bomb shop.
Yeah, this makes sense. I mean, you don't want to try to believe in the heart of the cards twice in a row, especially in Key Sanity when you're less likely to find bombs.
Alright, Chicken Coop coming up here for Tylersalt, and that turns out to be a small key to the Palace of Darkness.
I believe that's our first or second one. Did we get one just a second ago as well before that? Or
I believe so, which that means this is going to be number 2 for Matt. Tyler will get his second when he goes into Blind's Hut. Blind's Hut. So the winner of this pairing will go off and face against either Falcon, they'll face off against Katie Ugawa, who won the series against Falcon 2-0. If Tyler wins this match, then that sets up that pairing. If not, they'll go have to play a game number 3 coming up here at a determinable time.
We find our first Turtle Rock small in the back of the well, along with a big key to Desert Palace.
Always a great feeling when you wind up buying some bombs, and the first check inside of a place that you need a bomb for is bombs.
Yep, see, you should have believed in the heart of the cards. And now Tyler is going to go to Blind's Hut while Matt gets to leave. Probably to the back of Escape.
This will make sense. It is 3 items that are available to you, and at this point you're chasing into the next spear, trying to see why the seed gave you that glove.
And this is a good play to make, because the next thing you're going to do is just go to South Shore anyway, so might as well see if you can get 3 more good things.
Instead, we get a pair of compasses and 3 bombs.
Garbaggio.
Heavy Garbaggio.
And no, that is not a variety of pasta. Alright, well, we're headed to the South Shore area on Matt's side.
Yeah, we'll see Tyler do this as well, just in a moment. Gonna go ahead and check the back 3 of the Escape. Despite Matt having to walk back to purchase those bombs, he's already done with the CAC in this check, whereas Tyler still is going off and doing this. But that comes into the weight of the fact that Tyler saw blind check the race game, and that came up empty. So I think if I remember correctly, Matt's MSU package is actually going to be the Grand Poo World MSU package.
Ooh, we see some immediate divergence here, as Tylersalt is booking it to, well, they're going to check the Lake Hylia Island, which has some sort of map on it, and I think they're going to see Sahasrara.
As Matt plays the bombing game with these mini Moldorms. 3 out of them done. That's always bad when you throw... Oh, that's 2 bad bombs. Now things are getting rather interesting here.
Oh, you just suicide bomb this one.
Yeah, you're just doing this kamikaze strats at this stage, because you're not going to waste away all of your bombs. Green Pendant is going to be the Tower of Hera. As we get the big key to the Tower of Hera.
Hey, flips as well. So this will probably send Matt. Maybe they'll check Ice Rod Cave as well, but then they'll be able to do all the flippers chests, even though we are way too poor to pay off the scam fish. Gonna have to imagine he'll at least investigate what he can in the Zora domain area. And Tylersalt is just booking it straight to Eastern Palace. I mean, you can still get 4 items here. That was an unfortunate bomb toss for matt7898. They're out of bombs now, but they're inside of Ice Rod Cave.
3 of these checks are in logic currently.
Ooh.
Fire Rod in the Ice Rod Cave.
I guess we could call that a French vanilla magic rod.
Close enough. I think it's close enough that I'll let it work.
Not that we can use it right now. We have no mana.
And another item that we cannot use, but this one is because, first of all, we don't have any mana, but the other reason is because we don't have a sword, as we get the bombos over here in Eastern.
Just a boring Skullwoods key from our camper under that bridge.
Yeah, the only thing that's really important about the Smalls is whether or not it puts the dungeon's boss into logic. So in the 3 checks that were in logic for Tylersalt, all we really got that moved the needle forward was that bombos. Now, this next check that Tyler's going to be making is not in logic.
This is a really interesting check to do when, as we get a Moon Pearl and a Lantern. Oh, I bet Tyler would have loved those.
That's why we got the flippers as early as we did.
Tyler is gonna do this in the dark. Definitely more of a challenge to do it when you don't have a sword or as we get just a piece of heart on the Zora ledge, and Matt is far too poor to pay off the scam fish, so we're gonna retreat. Although I would probably suggest that it's probably faster to save and quit than to take this flipper portal all the way to
buying
they're
the
buying
upgrades. Interesting. Small pod is locked behind the lamp.
Oh, I thought it's a desert, but
I'm sorry, desert palace rather. That's what I meant to say.
So Tyler's gonna retrace what Matt just did. So it's not particularly alarming that Matt's 7898 got what they got.
Well, the bigger thing here is that what Matt got is what we're going to need, obviously, for Dark World access. That Moon Pearl is pretty big, and now the big question is where's the hammer or the other lift upgrade that gets us into the Dark World?
Since both of our runners were nasty, dirty, disgusting Sank starters, even though Uncle starting is the correct way to do this, we're now just seeing Uncle and the front of Hyrule Castle.
And kind of just selling your point right there, that 300 would be pretty nicely to pay off that Zora debt. Do you want to remind that Zora is in logic?
I trust that people by now, having come for the last 4 days in a row, that if you haven't figured out that I'm a dirty, disgusting memer by now, this is your fair warning that I got a few jokes in me here and there. Alright, we get a Meyer Small out of the first chest of escape.
Which means we've now seen 2 of our Meyer Smalls.
I wonder if Tyler, because they're a lot closer to Zora money, they may just bite the bullet and farm 20 rupees at a time at Ice Rod Cave.
Given where Tyler is at this point, money-wise, it would make sense. Because otherwise, you run the risk of isolating.
Yeah, because Matt7898 has giant, isolated it.
He pretty much has written off Zora until he can get there with Catfish. And the problem is if Zora has something that you're going to need to get towards that Catfish area, it's going to become a last location.
You get a real chicken and the egg situation going on here. Matt getting the one fire rod shot they needs to burninate the boss. And let's see what our prize is here. Just the blue boomerang.
And of course, just as a note, the last 2 checks that Matt made are not currently in logic because we don't have the sewers key.
I would have to think that Tyler, as chat's talking about, it's time for Tyler to collect 75 rupees and pay the darn fish.
Which means we're going to see 4 entries into this cave coming up. And of course, as you see him lifting up the rock, he's going to get the fire rod here, but then you're going to see him go in and get 20 rupees at a time 4 times.
Let's see if Dark Cross is the answer for Matt. Otherwise, they're going to have to figure out where to scare up some money. I think we're running out of stuff to do.
As we get a piece of heart right over there, and now watch Tyler go and grab some money. Alright, so Matt's going to be retracing the steps that Tyler has made, so it's going to be just a short while before we finally address the answer of what is that Aegina? Now, of course, the answer might not be Aegina. It could be the 2 checks that are available to us up by going up to the mountain at the Old Man, also in Spectacle Rock.
Alright, flush with cash, Tyler is ready to spend it all.
As Matt gets the unfortunate news of that map that he collected is for the Tower of Hera, and Sahasrara spoils it to him that, yes, that green pennant is indeed Hera, so that map does absolutely nothing for you now. Also, I definitely know the power of having to grind that cave several times. It's not fun when you have to do it, but again, this is the risk here that Matt is now put into by putting off this Zora. If Zora drops the hammer or the mitt, Tyler's in a good place.
Tyler being somewhat careful. They're at 1.5 hearts. They can afford to only get shot once by the Zoras. Let's see. I wonder if we're gonna get like a hammer, a sword, a mirror.
Maybe boots.
How about 50 bucks?
How about 10% of your cash back? Thank you very much.
It's better than your bank debit card cash back, but not what we want to see.
All right, so the answer to this problem is going to be down to Aegina, but it's going to take a while for us to get to this point because Matt still has 2 more checks coming up here in Eastern Palace to get. Tyler has all of this Hyrule Castle area to take care of, so I guess at this point in time, stick around. We're just going to go ahead and just wait this thing out. What do you think is going to be the rudest thing over there at Aegina?
I think nothing at all will be there, and the answer is going up to the mountain. We have our lamp and our glove. Clearly, you have the items that you need to do 2 nice and fast checks, and the sarcasm in my voice is dripping like honey right now. So I think our friendly...
All right, so what do you think progression is going to be?
I think our old man is gonna have just a nice vanilla mirror. And that'll get us up to the Hera area where we can get, like, a sword or a hook shot inside the Tower of Hera.
All right, so there's going to be the prediction and chant. So when we say the next stage of progression, it's the thing that will get us into the next spear. If there is progression on Gina, but not on the other two, well, that makes it a whole lot easier. But the real question is, which one is going to provide us the next answer? Now, it looks like the best odds of us getting the answer is going to be from the mountain, but still Gina could still have the answer. So next step of progression, is it going to be Old Man? Is it going to be Spectacle Rock? Or is it going to be Gina? No,
Well,
I think we've already heard from Josh Binder here what the answer is. I think my answer is going to be Inside Spec Rock.
I think I've unduly influenced chat because someone has dropped about 200,000 Twitch points on that. So,
Josh, I like the 1 point that is currently sitting on Spec Rock.
That is like the ultimate hedge because you have the ability to get so many. Oh, okay, someone just dropped in 35k. Okay.
That would have been hilarious, though. All right, is it Old Man with our next stage of progression? Answer is...
Come on, baby, give me the jackpot.
Hammer!
I knew it. Except I got the item wrong, so I'm half right, but I'll still take all of your race time points. I mean, sorry, not your race time points. That's what happens if I actually win a race on race time, but I'll take the channel points. Oh, Tyler eating a cabbage to the face. Or no, they're taking... I'm sorry,
Tyler was a death warp back to the start of Hyrule Castle.
You'll have to forgive my eyes playing tricks on me. I just came off of playing 2 seeds in a row. And
yes, one of them against me.
And my eyes kind of merged. The 2 runners.
At least the seed so far hasn't been as terrible as our seed was. They at least have 2 pod keys.
Well, we're going to see a nice small key here, so we get ourselves...
Third pod key! All right, let's get ourselves into the Dark World. All right, the next question here, Josh, is how hype is hype?
I will say that it's going to be a 3 out of 10 for hype.
How do you grade?
I think we're going to get 1 progressive item and a bunch of trash.
And that's a 3?
You know, if you get something like a sword or something useful that you would like to have but don't desperately need. There's going to be other swords, but let's see what we get.
Let's see. All right, we start off with 20 rupees. We needed that desperately. Well, we don't need that. We definitely need those. We don't need that. And, well, we definitely need that. All right, so 2.75?
That's a solid 4. You know, you got your shooty boy. You need at least 1 shooty boy to beat the game. You know, Matt, if you had walked up to the bomb shop, you could have gotten 5-6 knowledge in case, you know, you wanted to know about your big bomb strat.
Yeah, I sometimes you forget. Like, these modes start to blend sometimes, so you can definitely forget it as you're just wandering your way over. That's the way I'm going to treat this as 3rd Mire Small already.
Well, we're able to get around very easily in Mire now once we're inside.
Well, you know what this does? This gives me a big suspicion that left side Mire is going to have something to progress the seed.
Yeah, we've unlocked a lot of access to the dungeon.
Obviously, we don't have access there just yet. We're still missing the mitts. We're still missing the flute, and we're missing a way into Mire. If anyone wants to talk about the fact that we have the bombos, well, we can't really use the bombos yet until we get a sword. Pod 4.
Like, enough's enough. I mean, I get it that you're gonna have to do the hype cave meme start, but at some point you just gotta be like, okie doksy, you know. Time to go to pod and see if you can sniff out most or all of those 14 items that are sitting there.
We'll see if Tylersalt decides to go that direction. Because at this point, with 4 pod smalls, I'm definitely agreeing with you that something feels like it's probably there at this point.
I mean, there's just so much potential value there, but it looks like Matt is opting to go to the Kakariko. They'll be able, even if it is out of logic because we don't have the big key, we can defeat Mothula.
Not yet.
Oh yeah, still no sword.
Yeah, we need a little swingy thing in order to break the curtain.
Suddenly I hear, you know, Dante in the background coding in saying, oh, this is swordless now.
This isn't the League. I'm the one who rules this tight ship. Speaking of, let's go to pod. Look where Tyler's going.
With only 3 keys, I mean, there's less you can do there, but
3 keys is enough to get you to the back at this stage. And I mean, if you find a big key inside the dungeon, then you start considering how you might be able to find your pod 4 to beat the dungeon.
Yeah, I mean, it's fairer to double dip pod in Tyler's situation at this point. I can now see Matt trying to put it off a little while until they find that big key, so that they can make an attempt at single dipping it.
This really is the fork that will define how this race goes for both of these runners. As we find Gannis Tower 1, we do need at least a few of them. Especially more if we wind up getting us in a situation where we're having to dig GT to get something more than just the big key. Red mail, and we get our first bottle here inside of pod. So red mail over there on Matt's side of the sea house. That bottle's more interesting to me because of the fact that that's the first one.
Yep, we could have a goodie on there.
Or he'll just give us 10 sticks like he gave you and I earlier.
Tyler opting to spend 1 key to open the front door.
Now, that's an interesting decision, but this is Tyler saying, I'm not going to beat this dungeon just yet, because obviously I don't have the big key. So watch the big key be here.
Ooh,
2 Turtle Rock Smalls here in this Thieves Town. And we get the map to Desert Palace. It's information. By the way, neither of these runners did talk to the bomb vendor.
Yeah, I mean, that could be useful because you might want to know if you can make a play towards, you know, the big bomb at some point. As matt7898 is going to set up their death warp so that they can leave. They're out of checks here. Ooh, we get the big thieves.
Oh my. So Tyler's route is paying off here. We'll be able to full clear Thieves Town when he comes on in.
And now Tyler is going to take the death back to the front of pod, and they have 2 small keys to do some damage to find some more goodies here. As Matt is going to now go into Skull Woods, and they will have the ability soon, if they can get a sword, they will be able to beat the boss, but not yet.
Yeah, my apologies. I was incorrect. I guess I should have went with the answer that it was Doom 2, but I thought he was doing the mixture of that with the Grand Poo World, because I know there was a Doom nice vanilla key to this dungeon. I knew there was some Doom tracks on the Grand Poo World soundtrack, but yeah, this sounds like this is just the Doom collection. Bottle 2, so 2 bottles in pod.
I'm sure Tyler's going to be very happy when they see that they may be forced to do O's. We get mitts.
So 2 big things here, Josh. Matt's now able to beat this dungeon.
Wow.
You get a sword in the pinball room.
While Tyler got
getting the mitts, that's big too.
And we're going to set up a hammer yump so we can preserve the key and die to the Dodongos.
Solid bomb jump. Just took a couple of adjustments to get it. Gets a small key to GT. That will be GT1 for him. GT2 that we've seen throughout. And now you just got to be a little careful while you make your over here. Just make sure you don't get hit by the fire on your way to this chest. Cane Burna.
And good night, Tyler. We're heading back to the front. We can burn the last small to get 2 more items out of the front, or we're not going to do that.
That's a straight save and quit. All right. We're going to hold on to that 1 key for when we get the big key. Maybe. We'll see. So, I honestly think this is probably a decent scenario opening up for Tylersalt, although I'm interested in seeing where he's going at this point. We are making a play for Ice Palace?
This is spicy.
Mirror in the bridge chest over in Skull Woods.
Although, if he got the mirror, I'm not sure why he decided to kill himself. He could have just mirrored to the front. Wow, so Tyler is gonna go... I mean, I guess he's putting the advantage knowing that he has He can't use bombos to open the dungeon, but... I mean, he has a blue goo. Blue goo and hammer, This is, a choice. I mean, you can do it.
This also might be the choice of somebody who knows he's got a game up on Matt, so he's not out of this tournament if he ends up losing this one.
Far be it from me, but I mean, I'm good enough with Tyler to definitely call this a Pepega play. This is certainly one I would not make myself. You know, you have 5 hearts.
5 hearts, which, you know, this is not an easy setup for both of these runners here. I mean, we might want to remind people that this is not ambrosia with what you're seeing on your screen, because you're looking at the health count. This looks like it probably is ambrosia, but it's not.
And Tyler accidentally bombing himself and punches the air in frustration.
All right, so we have ourselves a crystal over here at Skull Woods.
Since we don't have the big key to Skull Woods, we are abandoning 1 item.
Yeah, but that big key obviously not needed to beat the dungeon, so that big key could be anywhere, including on top of GT.
Tyler gonna have to be a little bit careful. They're only gonna have so many attempts to make a bomb jump.
And not because of the bomb count, it's more to do with the fact that they only have 4.5 hearts.
And they'd rather not die or use their potion to
First time not working. Second try not working. So now we're getting to really critical states here. We're good that time, though.
Now you dodge the fire bar and pick up the heart piece to heal a little bit.
As Matt heads over towards the Tower of Hera, this is a dungeon that we can beat. It's also a green pendant.
Look at those bomb strats from Tyler. Wowee.
Yeah, he feels a little more vindicated with that bomb strat after the unfortunate attempt with the Pentagators in that first room. One of our useless maps right there, the Hyrule Castle. And Shield.
And I believe Tyler has dodged all of that east side of Ice Palace here so far. I guess they haven't gotten any keys, so they can steal one here and then.
Well, see what he winds up choosing to do. I mean, you're going to have to spend that key if you're going to try to use it on the right side. Probably try to do a bomb jump if that's the case to get over to the right side in that big pit room.
Yeah, this is certainly. Oh, they're. Okay, they're opting to go this way. You'll have to forgive my confusion with this play. I'm trying to puzzle out the logic of it.
I'm trying to figure out what his next move is. Is he going to cold stare, or is he going to go to the right side?
I mean, all I know is it's taking forever, and we're watching Matt clear another dungeon and getting $300 as a reward.
And getting a green pendant out of that second dungeon done. And we use the small key to get into this room, which we need the magic, I guess.
And we'll get one heart filled there. So this is going to be a very... Matt, you dead rocked yourself.
Of course the magic falls. Of course the magic falls.
So this is...
So I just want to address something in chat. They said he has the bombos. You need a sword in order to use the medallions here. So Tylersalt is forced to a fire rod shot here. And gets bothered by the ice, so he's not going to get himself into the right position. Now he's going to have to use up that blue goo already. This is going to get rather dangerous. Got a splash damage, which was nice.
Yeah, the more that you can get off the field before you run out of mana, the better. But he was only able to get one. But with the hammer, we're able to get this done now, barring any catastrophes. There we go.
There we go. All right, so Tyler does get through it. Gets 3 bombs for the reward, and that was our blue pendant.
And he did skip 3 items on the east side of Ice Palace, you know, that you could either icebreaker or bomb jump, or if normally you'd have the hook shot for that. So he can't do those, so hopefully there's nothing there for him.
Big chest too, so there's 4 items still remaining.
Yeah, that's kind of what makes this play a little bit suspect.
Boots
as we find
paradox.
Oh boy. But at the same time, guess who's going to be able to do a hammer blind in order to defeat blind, and they can also defeat Mothula as well.
Yeah. We'll see what ends up happening here. Tyler's going to check to see what this bottle yields. As this is a tough one to kind of see as far as who's really getting the advantage. I mean, Matt has the advantage of the 2 dungeons versus Tylersalt's 1. But, nice map.
At the same time, though, Tyler has mitts and can easily get into Skullwoods. I have to imagine they'll go through Skullwoods first, and that'll let them get their sword. Nope.
And the item here at the Lumberjack is, oh boy,
a mysterious big key.
Oh boy.
Could that be one we need, or is it garbage?
Well, there's only one way to find out.
So it's also fun for Tyler. They can use their hammer and buy a red goo here to refill their bottle, or buy at least 1 red goo so that they don't have to do a 5-heart hammer blind with no safeties.
The one way to find out is to get all the other big keys to eliminate the possibilities.
Or he could not do that. Okay. True, we do have our automatic hug box. You don't have to do a hammer blind. We could just use Cane of Burna. But this looks like Matt going into Pod, and they're going to be able to collect their mitts and Thieves Town Big.
Yeah, this is probably going to send Matt back over towards the Dark World, especially with that Thieves Town Big. You're going to finish off the dungeon, then start doing the Breadsmith chain. Game number 2 of this best of 3 series. Matt7898 versus Tylersalt. Tylersalt won game number 1, so if Tylersalt wins this, off to the second round. Katie Ukawa will be waiting as the opponent. And needs this to force a winner takes all, game 3. We all love game 3s, don't we?
Always very nerve-wracking to do those, but we'll be able to see Tyler defeat this dungeon, and then I'd have to imagine Skullwoods, they might at least dip that, and they'll be rewarded with a sword there.
Yeah, the sword, and if they then go on to Mathula, they'll get the mirror, which has been the big thing that's opened up the seed for Matt.
Yeah, because that'll send Tyler up to the mountain, and then with our hook... we don't have the hook shot, just kidding. We do have the big key to Hera, though, so we could defeat Hera, which, you know, Matt has done.
Tyler needing a little bit of help with that Cane of Burna getting through this stretch, which could get interesting if we run out. You want to have some of this left over for blind if you're looking for that as an angle. Now, for Tyler, he will have the access to the 2 hearts that are available as you make your way towards the maiden and those cells.
There's at least 1 small mana pot for Tyler waiting for him on the way to the maiden, so he'll be able to get a bit of a refill. And there's Matt with those mitts, yeah. We're thinking the same thing.
Yep, the big old mitts there for Matt. Now just has to go through the remainder of this dungeon. Pick up another blue goo. Small key to Skullwoods. I'm going to assume that Tyler did not go through Did Tyler go through Harmless Hellway?
I don't think they did, and congrats. They get rewarded with a skip with that they don't have to do.
Well, if they stay away from it when they come back in.
I kind of have to imagine at this point they would be thinking, nope, I can't do anything, I gotta just beat the boss. I have one small key in my possession, and it's got the boss's name on it.
So we get our mana ring refilled. There's the book.
Ooh. And when Matt gets that book, they'll be able to beat Desert. No, yeah, we do have the big key for that.
Yeah, both runners have the big key to that. We do get an ether medallion inside of the big chest. Matt's going to be checking to see what we have at King's Tomb.
Disappointment. That's what's in King's Tomb. Alright, we're going to start with some hammer blinds. We're going to try to get as many hammer hits as we can without dying. And then, we'll switch to our lovely Cane of Burning to seal the deal. Tyler already down to 1.5 hearts. 1 heart. It's Cane time, please.
Yeah, this is just hug blind, stay there, finish the fight.
Yep. Don't die.
Well, at least we saved time on the health refill. Also, that book is not going to elude Matt for too long.
Yeah, this definitely puts Matt in a bit of an advantage. Although that said, Tyler, they have a dungeon that Matt will have to eventually do done, so that helps them.
And Tyler heading not in the direction of Skull Woods just yet. I think we're going to scout out Bumper Ledge.
Yeah, that makes sense. Collecting a little bit of information here. Ooh.
Oh, well, that's a nice little piece of interesting. As soon as we get the caper, we're grabbing those.
So that's going to be interesting. The cape, if you can find it and you have a good way to route that in, the silvers can save you significant amounts of time against Ganon at the very start, and it will make Vitreous loads easier. As you can just go pop, pop, pop against all those poor little eyeballs with the silver arrows.
Alright, so Tyler going over here spends the key. We'll get a key refund and continues around towards the pinball room. We'll end up getting the sword upgrade, or, well, sword, period.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah, we were a little too close to the hand. Let's try it again.
Tyler opting to save the key as opposed to spending it in the front. I mean, in the end, it saves you 1 mana shot in the back.
So for those who are wondering where the sword is, Tyler just got interfered with trying to get it.
Gibdos, right, please. Thank you. The Gibdos were, now we want the ride from our master hand here. Now Tyler is going to be able to defeat Skull Woods here. I'm surprised they didn't, purchase a potion on their way, while they were in Beevestown. Because 6 hearts against all those spikes is not a lot of room for error. Certainly doable, but,
Alright, Matt finishes off with the blind fight. Has a 3-2 dungeon lead on Tylersalt.
And those boots are gonna just whittle away here and, you know, kind of extend the lead that Matt's gonna have, as they'll be able to, you know, they'll be the first one to decide what to do next that we haven't done yet. So, because we're gonna be able to, Tyler will probably go to the mountain and beat Hera and get their boots out of Paradox. But
providing Matt stays out of Ice Palace, but I don't see Matt staying out of there for too long, but I do see Matt checking these breadsmith chain areas first.
Yeah, with the mirror, this becomes a lot easier to deal with.
Nice timing for the mirror right there. At least Tylersalt didn't set himself up for a death warp.
Alright, let's see if we have ourselves a qualifier meme. Are we gonna get progression here at Hammer Pegs?
What do you mean qualifier meme? It's not like we stuck the hook shot there.
Just 20.
See, it's not a hook shot. The Randomatic 5000 put 20 rupees there. Now, it doesn't tell us which one of the 20 rupees it is, but it's one of them.
There's the one fire rod shot Tyler gets to save by not spending the key on the door earlier. And it's boss time. Ooh, we're going straight for hammer strats. Let's go. Just kidding.
Yeah, wise to at least pull away from that right now, especially in a dungeon where things don't really feel that good, at least in that position. Although, gotta be careful. This is a fight where patience wins out.
But your patience can only last so long if you keep getting shot by the Mothula.
Oh, getting hit by the spikes is even worse. Yeah.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I think we're gonna leave behind Mothula for a while, and we're probably gonna go to the mountain and come back with some more health, some more mana.
Yeah, as much as this hurts, I think your thought process now is that book's got to be leading to something. So let's find out what it leads to. Of course, Tyler's not going to be in a good spot if there's something big on that torch in the desert. Because you see where Matt is. Matt's heading for the same general area.
Nothing of value on the desert tablet.
There's our cape for the silvers.
Alright. Unfortunately not very useful against Mothula, but we'll see if Matt gets a prize that Tyler cannot.
Yeah, this is going to get rather interesting here in just a moment, because if this is something... Say for example, this is the hook shot. This is pretty bad for Tyler. I mean, Tyler's next step after this has to be the mountain, but it's just the fact that he will have to return here. I mean, even worse is if this turns out to be like the flute, where you're going to have to come back in here. And come back in here through the long way. Hey, Bloopy! Bat accidentally hitting the map. Trying to do a hammer dash.
Alright, let's see what Matt can get. Oh, it's a small key. Uh-oh.
Well, it's a small key. How big is this?
Ooh, that's scary.
The jury is still out on this one.
Uh-oh.
The jury is still out on this one.
That's scary.
One thing to remember, Matt has already done Hera, so we're not going to see the magnitude of that key for quite a while.
If ever. You just want to be like, no, 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 don't do this to me. Don't put, like, an ice rod there or something. No, no, no.
You sound like a broken man. You sound like somebody who All Dungeons Key Sanity has broken them.
Between that and then also with my first seed of the day, when I was on the casual boots ladder, I ended up playing an Oops All Dungeons casual boots, and while I didn't step into the trap, there was a very viable choice to go do AGA 1 if you pull the chute. And I just happened to get lucky on my last available check before AGA 1 to find the hammer for Dark World access, and that was the only thing that prevented me from a true AD experience twice in a row.
I'm just talking in general with that. So I do have a question, and maybe Chet can help us out here. Did Tyler just pass up the opportunity at a full mana refill with the big jar? I bring that up because we're about ready to go up against a Lammo fight that Matt's going to be able to slice and dice pretty fastly with this fire rod shot. Yeah, chat's confirming it. That is unfortunate. Like, it's unfortunate because you were right there at the door when that was going to happen, when that was dropping, but you hate seeing that kind of stuff as you're going into places like that, and you need things like that to make your fights faster.
So we're probably looking at a good old-fashioned hammer landmo here. We can burn our one fire rod shot. Hopefully we can damage one of them. Yep. And now
best case scenario is whether or not he could be able to splash damage to get 2, but he didn't bow stretch, which is nice.
Look, Ma, it's NMG.
Canis of Maria Nagina!
Oh, that's so unfortunate for Tyler with their extended play at Ice Palace. That means Matt's gonna be able to get through that very easily when they so choose to clear that.
Also, Matt, now with that cape, knowing that there's a big key at Lumberjack is going to be making the Yaga play.
Oh yes, that's right, because the Castle Tower Smalls are just vanilla, so they'll be just big chillin' right here. I like this play. This makes a lot of sense. You have to do this dungeon anyway, so I mean, you're doing yourself the favor by getting it done early. And that could be like, I don't know, our Turtle Rock big. And you could full clear Turtle Rock aside from the boss at this point, so there are tons of prizes in Turtle Rock awaiting him.
Alright, y'all got 2 minutes. Get your predictions in for, of course, the big ol' Aga blue counter.
I'll donate 2K to the 3 to 5 pool.
Watch those numbers fill up. Oh yeah, we're going to be finding out how many it will take. Tylersalt's going to be making our way over towards the Tower of Hera.
This I like for Tyler, as opposed to like doubling back to ice, because I think he's got Hera and TR on the brain. We have a 2/3 chance of getting into TR, so you just kind of mentally do the odds and say, yeah, I can get in there.
At this point, you're writing off TR. Or not TR. At this point, you're writing off that right side of Ice Palace. You're not going back until you get the big key. Unless the game forces you back. And at this point, you're going to do everything else until the game forces you back. I love the 19 points that are sitting there at 15!
You know, you could meme a little bit and then steal like 300,000 points that way.
All right, last chance to get your predictions in, everyone. Here we go. How many blues will Aga throw Matt's way?
I kind of wonder what's Tyler's thought process right now with some of his plays. I think he feels like he might not be as strong of an executor as Matt is. So he's might be pushing him towards some tough plays, but if they pay out, you know, they would be able to get a win in a mode that he probably doesn't feel that good about. Because at the end of the day, you know, 80 keys does favor the stronger executor as they can full clear more efficiently.
Yeah, and you know, maybe you have to make some risk, and maybe that's the reason why Tyler tried to make the risk in their Ice Palace. We'll see if it does pay out at some point in time. And again, this is also Tyler with a race in hand, so if he loses this, he's not knocked out of the tournament. I mean, if he gets lucky, then he can knock Matt out of this tournament. And Matt is a pretty solid runner. Anyways, the counter, I think, was a total of 3.
Tyler,
yeah, confirmation, it's 3.
Jackpot for me again. Yay, I like getting points.
As long as I hit the right button. Oh, that's a mirror bonk. As long as I hit the right button.
Matt trying to figure out a way because they're looking to get somewhere. Alright, where... Oh, I think Matt might be beelining it to that bow. Or, I don't think they have knowledge of the bow.
Matt's beelining it for that big key. He wants to find out what this is right now.
Right. Ooh, we have Bombos access. We can go into Turtle Rock, and with 3 smalls, if we leave behind Lava Chest, we can go all the way to Laser Bridge. Ooh, that is spicy.
All right, so we are going to go get those silvers, and we're going to go get that big key, and we're going to get some map knowledge. And we're going to find out that Myra is a pendant, so there's all of our dungeon prize knowledge.
I have to imagine that Matt is blind checking, but is going to be very happy to see these silvers. I don't think Matt's been to DDM, so this is our first look at that, too.
Yeah, he didn't have the mids when he was up here. Remember, he went up here with that mirror coming out of the Skull Woods. Did not have the mids out of the Palace of Darkness yet.
So we're going to do a maximum investigation of the mountain here. This is Tyler going to finally get their boots.
Both runners do know about their silvers that are right there on the bumper ledge. Just to clarify for chat. All right, so what big key is this? Is this a yay key or is this a boo key? Answer is, this is.
Ooh,
well, we need that. We do need that.
Uh-oh. Well, sure. So Tyler is definitely gonna have to get this area wiped out. I mean, they may go into Turtle Rock. I wouldn't fault them. We're gonna see Matt go over to the graveyard ledge.
Yeah, this is another of the checks that we have not seen by way of Tyler, because he hasn't made it over this direction just yet. There's the boots for Tyler. You feel kind of rough when you get those after you just did the walk through Spiral Cave, but I'm still waiting to see which direction this race is going. Now, Tyler does not know about that Eastern Big. Doesn't know that there's a big key at the Lumberjack.
Yeah, I have to imagine that this is gonna be... Okay, we're gonna go check out Catfish and then probably go down to the pod area so that we can mirror into Eastern.
I don't think so. You know what I honestly think? I think this is Matt finally getting the chance to check the Zora.
Oh, right. We have not spent all of our money. You missed. Are you gonna get the item? Because you didn't
got
it
it.
in the ring.
You see it shaking. I don't know how that hitbox works, but it works. GT3. GT3. So Matt did not have the cash to get up here earlier, so now he's going to finally be able to get ripped off by Zora, get the 50 rupees. But then he's going to save and quit. I have a feeling at this point, this is where you make the play for Ice Palace and feel that the big chest just does not exist.
And this is Tyler gonna clear as much of Turtle Rock as they can because they are pushing the progression. I mean, we could find something like a hook shot here.
And luckily he remembers that he doesn't have the hook shot for this ride.
Nope, you gotta take the scenic route through the zone.
Both runners sitting here at 4 dungeons completed, but Matt's getting ready to go into number 5, Ice Palace, and we'll find out about that right-hand side real soon.
Yep. And then they have the ability, because they have the big key to Eastern Palace, they can clear another dungeon. Definitely say that Matt is in a better spot than Tyler right now.
Yeah, especially with Tyler taking the death to Mathi that would have had the dungeon completion lead. That is the big key to Palace of Darkness. All right, we do need that.
But the things that Tyler is finding first, like some of these big keys, that Matt hasn't gotten to yet, is gonna still favor him.
Well, that's the thing about an all dungeons key sanity type of mode, is that with the amount of divergences these runners can make because of just how these seeds can branch out. Like, for instance, there's the flute. Like, you don't know where the runners stand until the paths start to merge together. And in a mode like this, it takes a little bit longer for those paths to merge together.
Because that flute is now going to give Tyler access to the mire area. And while we don't have the big key to that, there are some chests in the overworld that could have something.
Now, you remember when when Tyler saw that small key on the torch and desert? He's got now an easier way to get that.
Yes. And Tyler wisely gonna avoid a lava chest, or at least wise for now. Hopefully nothing's there. That check no longer exists to him.
Yeah, until you get TR4, and at that point you cry when it's this is a small key to this dungeon. Always the best words when you're playing when you're playing a key sanity based mode. All right, so far 2 of the 3 checks that Tyler didn't get over here the right side have turned out to be nothing.
This is the last one that could get him. Oh, and the big key, of course.
Well, of course, the big key is going to be getting both of these runners at this point, so it's even exchange at that point. So Tyler is not going to be penalized for his skipping of the right side of Ice Palace as long as he doesn't come back.
Let's see if Matt will opt to go to Iced Tea. Yes, they're not going to take that chance. You never know with some runners where they're just going to decide to make some gambles.
You're playing a key-based mode at this point. GT4 has been discovered. You're playing a key-based mode. This is a kind of mode that if you start to make a skip and your luck isn't there, it's going to be a skip that burns you. And burns you big time. And iced tea, even if you ice break, is going to be a check that takes way too long to get back to.
All right, laser bridge. I hope for Tyler's sake, it would be extremely funny if the ice rod was just big chillin' here. You know, another meme for this mode. I'm just here willing it into existence.
At least this time, the ice rod cannot be sitting in GT.
Tyler, rather, getting that refill.
But I can tell you what, and this would go totally against what my earlier thoughts were about Misery Mire. The Misery Mire Big Key could still be in GT.
But there's still lots of items as we get our final medallion, so we can definitely get into Mire whenever we like.
Here's the Big Key to Skullwoods, of course. And there's the Big Key to Ice. Oh.
Cool game. Tyler, you need to stop getting shot by the laser.
At this point, just spend it. Yeah, you're done with this dungeon.
Yeah. Now he can activate that flute and
Yeah, I think Tyler was thinking about just fluting away, but yeah, you gotta activate the flute in order to have that actually do something for you here. So Tyler's now just gonna go back to start, activate the duck, and we're gonna go and see what we need to do over here in Misery Mire whenever the time comes around. Looks like Matt's setting himself up to finish Eastern Palace now. Does have the big key.
this could also be a way for Tyler to when they activate the flute, they can go shopping and refill their mana and get revenge on Mothula, who wronged them so. But yeah, this is going to be another dungeon for Matt to do, but barring any shenanigans in the near future, you know, a double dip of TR might be required, and Tyler is ahead on that front, despite being behind on dungeons. And because we have the Skullwood Small, we would be able to defeat, to open that big chest. I think, this is Tyler investigating AGA 1, so I wonder if they're also thinking about AGA 1 at this point.
Once they do, they are going to.
Ooh, we get a blue goo from our big chest in Eastern. Actually, let's pick up that mana. There you go. That saves you some time and money. So, I wonder how much stuff we have to still do before we start thinking about hookless. No, we don't have the Swamp Small, just kidding.
All right. So what medallion are we going to need to get into? Oh, great. How about a fetch quest? Good old mushroom over here on the Armos Knights.
And Tyler goes shopping, and they can do either get revenge on Skull Woods, or they can do AGA 1. Probably is their next play. Looks like revenge is on the table right now.
Yeah, that's what that blue goo was for. Now we got a little more health. Just really the thing is with Mothula is that you got to stay away from the spikes. Just try to stay away from the spikes. If you're going to take damage with Red Mail, take it off Mothula. Red Mail is really the only situation when you want to get hit with Mothula over getting hit with the spikes. So this looks like this is going to be a Dark Death Mountain play for Matt right now.
Yeah, this is gonna give Matt kind of is now doing everything Tyler has done and is gonna have that dungeon clear advantage.
Yeah,
especially
Matt right now has 6 dungeons done plus Aga to Tyler's 4. So Tyler needs to start getting into these dungeons and beating them very fast because, oh, that's a dead rock. So right now, I think Matt's fully in the lead at this point.
Oh yeah, things are much more clear now that he's about to collect his flute. I mean, he'll be spending some time, getting all the way to Laser Bridge.
His flute, his pod big key, which he also does need at this stage. I think that at this point, this is Matt's major advantage at this point. I think Tyler needs to get into dungeons, needs to start beating these dungeons. And yeah, we want these silvers, and I can understand making this move, but the next play has to get back into Skullwoods, needs to start getting these dungeons done, and get that Aga kill done too, knowing that there's a big key.
Yeah, I mean, gosh, we're looking at a couple of minutes to get through both Aga 1 and Skull Woods.
And one other thing, Josh, I think Matt right now, I don't know if he spent all of his pod keys. He could just be a swamp small away from GT mode.
Yes, I believe he has one still in his pocket. So he could just rush the boss.
We still need the ice rod, never mind.
Yeah. Always the true ice rod hunt. But if that ice rod turns up pretty soon, we could be sword hunting in GT, looking for that Meyer big in GT.
Of course, we gotta look for the GT big key in GT anyway, so there you go.
Alright. Well, the mouth of Skullwood's back is already open. It's as if Tyler's already been here, so let's see if this time goes better.
Make sure you leave yourself enough health, and getting bodied by these Gibdos is not the way to do it. Honestly, the best strategy for anyone that's really wanting to do this, if you have Ether kills these Gibdos, and if you get yourself into the middle of the room, just go ahead and take care of them. Just then in that case, lamp the remainder of the rooms. Or Tyler has the silvers. They do kill the Gibdos as well.
I have to imagine, Matt will go to pod next, and then where to?
And as Super Malmo World notes in chat, the boomerang definitely gets them stunned as well. It's just good strategies to use if you don't want to worry. But Tyler does complete this fight without as much of an issue. This time played a more patient game. Again, that was the big thing that cost Tyler the first go-around, is that he started to get more aggressive, which led him into the spikes. And the spikes don't care what kind of mail you're wearing. It's one heart anytime, and then you become boom, boom, dead.
Alright, Tyler, what you gonna do next? We're gonna check ped, but we know that I think it's nothing.
Yeah, it's health increase, okay. Because the last thing it could have been, of course, is the ice rod or the swamp small. Now we're gonna head to the Meyer area.
Yeah. No, we're gonna...
This
I
was a
guess we're-
misfloat. This was a misfloat.
Oopsie daisy.
And Matt's going to treat that lava chest the same way that Tyler does. So this is where you see the more veteran runners when it comes to these modes. They're willing to make that risk regarding the one-offs, like the Ice Rod big chest or the lava chest. Find the heart container here. There's the small key. That's the TR4. So if there's something in lava chest, we can get to it next time. So technically, this was a double dip TR requirement.
Yep, there's no way around it. Especially if the ice rod is here in Mire. Wonder what... I guess Tyler wants that map.
Yeah, I don't think he has all of his prize knowledge just yet. We did see Tyler do that Mimic Cave. It was just for the bombs there, but it was done by Tyler. And there's Tyler getting the information that the red pendant is Meyer, so now he has all the information for this seed. But the one crazy thing, Josh, is that we don't know what our 5-6 is because the Pyramid Fairy could still come into play.
Yep. Looks like... Oh, we're getting the item that he couldn't get because of no boots.
Yeah, which is the Hero Small, which Matt didn't check. Now, Matt has an opportunity to go downstairs into the Hera basement while he's here, but I don't think he's going to do that now.
No, the time to do that was before going into Turtle Rock.
Yeah, when you're running by the dungeon.
So they are pretending that doesn't exist either.
So, is it possible for a dungeon to be triple or quadruple dipped in logic? In modes like this, where you're dealing with keys that help lock more, it is easier to make it possible that Turtle Rock or Palace of Darkness becomes something like a triple or a quadruple dip logically.
That's Matt picking up his terrifying big keys.
And there's the terrifying save and quit. But you leave here with the pod big, you leave here with the flute, you don't feel bad about your choices there. The only thing you feel bad about is that you've already killed Aga, so therefore you start right up on the pyramid.
You have Tyler making their way through Mire. I feel like this is a good play for them to make because they need to get a required item first at this point. Just retracing steps for Matt.
Oh!
Because retracing Matt's step is just only going to cause them to lose at this point.
The other rough key to see, the Swamp Big.
And the Wizrobes, get out of the way, please.
And it's a good point by chat. Tyler now knows 100% that he's going to need to do Aga to get that big key. Now that he's got both the Swamp Big and the Skull Woods Big, it's now apparent to Tyler that there's going to be something that he needs over there with that big key that's on the Lumberjack.
Tyler's down to, I believe, 2 more checks here.
And incoherent, if a seed ever gets rolled like that, we'll just call it the Professor Renderer special at that point. No, between him and Lana Bean, they can roll definitely some really interesting seeds.
That's an interesting way to say cursed garbage.
I mean, it's pretty much what it is. Then again, Lazy Kid and Sahasrabot have been rolling their garbage as well lately. By the way, at the hour, 23-minute, and 45-second mark, we might as well go ahead and thank the person that's been doing the clicking of the buttons on this thing as we get another pod small key. Special thanks to Jaxie, who's doing the buttons clicking here for this race. And also big thank you to both of these runners, matt7898 and Tylersalt. Be sure to give both of these runners a follow as we get a sword upgrade in the big chest pod.
Ooh. Uh-oh. Might be a while, if ever, for Tyler to get that, as we find that, unfortunately, Meyer had nothing.
Well, it did have one thing that Tyler wants. Pod 4, which is a pod that which is a key that he's going to need to beat that dungeon. Also, here goes Tyler to do the trip to Aga, now knowing that this is required.
It's going to start getting tough for Tyler at this point because the saving grace I was hoping for was going to be in Meyer.
Yeah, at this point, the routes that Tyler has to go are the same that Matt has already gone, and you could already see that Matt has a defined lead. The only thing that could really change the tide of this is if Matt takes that flute and heads to Meyer and give Tyler a little bit of time with this back while Tyler does this plus Eastern plus pod. But that's a little too much time at this stage.
Fortunately, with the mirror in hand, Tyler will be able to mirror as opposed to doing them separately, like Matt did. So there's a little bit of time here and there. This is trying to find ways for Tyler to keep this alive.
I mean, this is not a done race until we find where the Swamp Small is, the Ice Rod, and the Meyer Big. And of course, the hook shot, too. That's still coming out to be something that we need to find. But Tyler needs to find something on a path that Matt has not taken just yet. There's going to be a lot of Tyler covering Matt's steps coming up here in the next 5 to 7 minutes.
Ooh, half magic at Helmasaur King. Nice to have, but there's not ultimately going to send us home.
So the big thing here is the fact that there is a lot of one-offs that we have created. There's the Ice Palace Big Chest. There's Spike Cave that we haven't done yet. There's Hera Basement. There's the Lava Chest that Tyler has access to now. And here goes Matt into Misery Mire, so Tyler will have a little bit of time to at least catch up. And once Matt is done with this, then we will truly know how much of a lead this is for either of these runners.
Yeah, fortunately, I mean, Matt still has to finish, doing yet another mirror transition to finish off the checkerboard cave. Then they can get into Meyer. So Tyler, if they beeline both bosses, I mean, this could be pretty much neck and neck.
I think so. It depends. Obviously, Tyler still needs to get the Eastern Big. And of course, yeah. Tyler at this point does not know that that's the Eastern Big. We know because that's what Matt grabbed, but the big question is, where are the things that we need to beat this seed? We're really starting to run out of locations.
Yeah, the things that we can do are starting to stink, so it's going to be a choice of which horrible one-off do you want to do first.
Okay, so let me ask you this question, Josh. Hera Basement, Ice Palace Big Chest, Meyer's first, or not Meyer, Swamp's first chest. Or lava chest. Which one of those four?
I think you would do Hera and then lava. The goal is, how can I string some of these together in a way that makes some semblance of sense?
All right. Tyler's going to be setting himself up to do the same thing that we just saw from Matt here, at least on this direction. Go get that big key. Find out that it's Eastern. Then Tyler can float over to 5, do both of those dungeons together. Now, one thing to note, Tyler did get the pod 4 here in Meyer. We have yet to update that tracker. We'll do that in just a moment, but Tyler does have a pod 4.
Not the bees! Tyler bonking the wrong tree.
Also, how are your race nerves at 90 minutes in?
Oh, this is terrifying, because you are nowhere near done, and you know that a fad keys usually takes roughly 2 hours on the nose to complete.
And just getting deeper with that, we are go -4 at this point.
I mean, it feels terrible.
Tyler's go -5, but he'll get one of his items towards go mode, which is the sword upgrade here in pod when he finishes things off here. But that's the big thing right now for Tyler and for Matt. We're still go -4.
I mean, it's Swamp Palace is what's going to have all of the goodies. There's 10 items there.
But right now, the problem for these runners is that we could only access one. If that key is vanilla, it is rude. But we've seen that before. We've seen that before. Tyler, you've been to pod before? Oh, he's checking the green pendant.
Okay.
So yeah, just to note what chat's asking, we are missing the Ice Rod, the Hook Shot, the Swamp Small, and the Meyer Big here at the 90-minute mark of this run.
I think the nerves might be getting to Tyler a little bit. They are bonking a lot in the last minute.
They're bonking a lot. They forgot to check the green pendant when they're running by. They almost went to the left direction to check the shooter chest again. Tylersalt's nerves must be on edge at this point.
I wonder if they're gonna go to the big chest where we know there's a sword, or are they just gonna go straight to the boss? Okay, they are gonna collect that sword.
Well, you also got to remember, Tyler, because of how he routed things, did not do Harmless Hellway either. So he'll get this here, which we know is not nothing. It's not what we need. Also, by the way, I think Matt... Did we get the 5.6? We got the 5.6. We don't know what our 5.6 is, but we got it.
Oopsie. Oh, we're doing a bomb dupe. Okay. We're doing some shenanigans.
That's what these runners do best.
And Tyler gets their bomb jump. Yay, it's a sword! So Tyler is still significantly behind, based on getting these 2 dungeons done. Then they'll be sort of evened up with Matt, unless there's something right here.
Hook
there's
shot!
The hook shot.
All right.
There it is.
There's one of our keys. So now that gets us access to 3 more items. So now we're go -3.
So this is probably a beeline to Hookshot Cave.
All right, so Thieves Town and Pod apparently were our 5-6 according to some help in chat by way of Lana Bean. But immediately, okay, so Matt's game plan at this point, Hookshot Cave, Hera Basement, Spike Cave. I bet that's what Matt's thinking right now.
That's a good chain to put together. So that's kind of like a goal that you're looking to do when you are in these terrible one-off situations. what can I do that means I just don't one-off everything in a row? But yep, Matt is still definitely in the driver's seat at this point.
Especially now that he pulled that hook shot. Especially since he pulled off that hook shot. We see Tylersalt fumbling through this beetle room, and Matt's doing some bonking of his own as well. I mean, runners are going to bonk, but sometimes you're going to see some nervous bonks versus normal bonks. Oh gosh, shovel.
Lovely.
And also, there's a magic refill just before we maybe think about going into Spike Cave. All right, so shovel.
Can we, like, not? Ooh, Matt, be careful, please.
Just as a reminder, everyone, Lionel's hurt. Also, lava chests. We gotta remind ourselves, apparently lava chests still exist, but not in our runners' minds.
Alright, let's see what we get. Oh, that's right, Matt did not do coffee breaks, so they're gonna be big chillin' for a minute. That'll get Tyler most of the way through Eastern Palace, because I believe Tyler has done this already.
Except for the big chest and the Armor Knights, yeah.
Oh, okay, apparently Tyler has not done, according to chat, Hera Basement, which... no thanks.
Yeah, well, we got the Hera Small. Where the heck was Hera Small? I know it was in some rude location that they both said no to, so... it makes sense.
Desert Palace Torch. There we go.
Oh, yeah,
Thank
that's
you,
right.
chat.
The Desert Palace Torch. Yeah, that's right. Remember that one that we had to bonk into? All right. Thank you, game. Compass to this dungeon.
Yep. He did not... does he not have the Hera Big?
Matt's already done the dungeon.
I thought the compass said 5 out of 6. Am I blind as a bat or something?
The basement downstairs, that standing item.
Right. I've lost seeds that way, by the way. Miscounting Hera because I forget about the front.
There's a compass there, which we don't need. Now we can know which of the 27 is our big key.
And we're saying goodbye to Lava Chest.
Alright, so Swamp Small and the Lava Chest win.
I mean, these runners are begging for it at this point. And they're tempting fate a little much.
We got bigger things to dig up here, Josh.
Yeah, if it's a shovel, that's gonna be pretty rough.
If it's a shovel, it's absolutely rude. And I expected of this seat at this time. Survey says it's a... You want a fetch quest! Because this game just can't be rude enough!
Yo, dog, I heard you like fetch quests, so we put a fetch quest in your fetch quest so you can fetch quest while you fetch quest. Wonderful.
Alright, let's see where this rabbit hole goes.
Alright, survey says on the bat is...
It is a...
the
mirror
best
shield.
The best shield in the game, folks. Especially Lana Bean in chat. I heard that you love shields.
No refunds, everyone. Alright, so... Hookshot Cave did not give us the answer. So now, what is the answer to this seed?
Looks like Matt is going to Skullwoods big.
Yeah, which we already saw from Tylersalt is just the map to the dungeon. Tyler's going to be doing the Breadsmith chain, or not.
I think they have avoided dig game up until this point, and they don't want to isolate it.
Oh, that's right. Okay, fine.
So it's going to be a hot second until Tyler gets their hook shot. Oh, and that's not the answer. That's a map to the same dungeon.
It's the map to this dungeon. We already saw that from Tyler.
Cool.
It's a check that Tyler's already done. So you're now left with Lava Chest, Spike Cave.
Which I thought we did.
Oh, that's right. It was a compass. Never mind. It was a compass. Lava Chest. Or could it be the first chest of Swamp Palace?
I think Matt had left behind one check in Pod.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. The big key chest. The big key chest is the same one Tyler doesn't have yet.
Oh, wow. This, I mean, we're literally on our last gasps of things to do here.
Alrighty, friends. Well, that's the seed. Both runners are panicking at this point. Matt is a game behind, Tyler a game up in this best of 3 series. What's going to happen next? What's going to be in this chest? If it's not here, we're down to 2 possible locations for this next stage of progression. Josh, what is it?
I don't know. It's a small key too. Ice.
Oh.
Womp womp.
Oh, right. There's another bad option in there. We have another option in there, friends. Lava Chest. First Chest Swamp. Ice Palace Big Chest.
It looks like Matt is trying to see if we have the meme of the first chest of Swamp. Just go to the first chest of Swamp, forehead. You know, just have the biggest galaxy brain plays imaginable by coming here early when you have way better things to do.
Yeah, but you know, that's not going to happen here. I'm just so expecting this to just be... Let me look at the what we've got here. I'm just waiting for this to be Pod 6 at this point.
Yeah, it just gets to the point where I'm feeling as a commentator, there's just no way out, and we're just gonna be here forever.
I mean, at some point, there's got to be a winner in this race. All right, here we go. Swamp Palace's first chest is a map to Eastern Palace. The answer is no.
I wonder if Tyler is gonna do a pause and realize that he has both crystals.
I really hope so at this point, because he needs that hook shot. All right.
They collect their second shield, and, you know, we just love shields in this chat so much.
Here we go. This is the walk of shame. I feel absolutely terrible doing this walk, because here it is. We've got to go and spend our 4th TR small on a chest called the Lava Chest. It's such a wonderful place to be. And Matt's feeling really wonderful. And at this point, he's probably thrown a couple of things at his monitor when he listens to this on commentary afterwards. By the way, shoutouts to the 1337 for Tyler's rupee count.
Let's see, it's either here or it's ice big. Gosh, this has to feel so horrible. Like, what a nightmare.
It's a nightmare, but misery loves company. Both runners are going through the same misery together.
So will Tyler realize that they should be doing Big Bomb right about now?
If we check our inventory, we will see that we have the 5-6. We are turning northward. We are checking. Yes, we do see that we have the red crystals. Tyler is going to do this, but I think this might take him away from the Ice Palace big chest.
Unfortunately, yeah. You know, I do kind of wonder, though, since he left behind the whole right side of ice, I wonder...
He's got more incentive to get there. He does have more incentive to get there. But at this point, if this is not it for Matt, he knows it's there. And it's then the Ice Palace big chest, friends! Oh, wow!
Cool, man. Oy. And that Ice Palace Big is... Kisanity is such a great mode, right? Right? We just love it. It's as if, you know, I'm a tournament of the opposite. The tournament admin of the mode opposite of this, which is just casual boots. You don't get brutal seeds like this.
All right, friends, you got 1 minute. You better hurry, because Matt is going to be tearing it through this dungeon to find out what's inside of this chest.
I just think we got the mire big in there. We're gonna be a little. We're gonna be funny.
Is it the swamp small? Is it the ice rod? Or is it the mire big?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of have to wonder when Tyler will go back to ice. Because they could go to...
Maybe after this. Maybe after this.
Because they could go check Hookshot Cave, because that's 3 quick items, and then check lava.
Josh, he's got the mirror out. So this screams to me that he's getting ready to go back in.
I mean, it's a mirror.
He's mirroring!
So, but where is he going to flute to? Is he fluting to 1, or is he fluting to 8? It's 1.
Answer is 1.
It's the more sensible thing to do. We just know it's wrong.
Okay, and here we go. The answer that we've been waiting for is the mire. No, the swamp small. The swamp small.
So that's probably gonna do it because there are so many checks to do in Swamp. It will likely have at least some of our remaining things. Tyler gonna be at least doing... I mean, I have to imagine they're also gonna do lava chests as well at this point.
Yeah, at this point you might as well at this stage. Just unfortunate. Both runners going through Ice Palace deciding that they're going to say goodbye and abandon that Ice Palace big chest. And this time around, the Ice Palace big chest has the answer. Just the really honestly, the problem for Tyler is how thorough Matt is and how fast he cleaned everything up.
I mean, what also hurt Tyler pretty early on was taking like 7 years to get through Ice Palace on a very early play.
Okay, yes, there was that issue. Plus the fact that he died to Mothula didn't help either. But it just shows you how fast Matt cleaned everything up.
Yeah, I mean, Matt made no... I mean, beyond the mistakes that you expect to make when you play a trash seed, you know, Matt didn't make really any execution errors or really get slowed down by anything while getting his stuff done.
All right, so what are we going to find first? Is it the Ice Rod or is it the Mire Big? If you're these runners, you're hoping it's the Mire Big because you know the Ice Rod cannot be in GT.
Yeah, that's going to be the big thing. Here's Tyler going to take their break, and then they're probably going to spike after this, which we've all seen from Matt. Ooh, hot doggy, I've been live in one way or another since 1 o'clock this afternoon, and it's currently 7:28 my time. My voice is starting to wear on out.
That's fine. That's why I'm here to carry you through on this broadcast. All we need to do is find the things of where the things are, and we'll all be happy, and we'll get to go to bed. These runners, they'll go into therapy.
I think personally,
they'll be going into therapy. They'll be going into a lot of therapy for this seed.
Yeah. I think I foresee a quick walk down to my local 7-Eleven at the end of the block. And,
well, we're going to stop that thought right there. There's the big key to Meyer. So we get the progress that we want. So now we know that GT is just to get the GT big and get upstairs. And Matt now go -1 is going to choose to go straight to the back. And there's Tyler getting the bad news. The answer's not here. Tyler, if he makes the decision to go to Ice Palace now, could help himself out, at least keep himself close behind, but it all depends on where he flutes to. Does he flute to 8? He's got more items over here. He is fluting to 4 and checking the shovel. All right, Argus. And this is a case where if you don't get the answer here, you're going back in, I'd have to assume, because it's just the 2 items here.
Right, yeah, you have to. That's like lunacy if you do not go back in, because if he does not and rushes Meyer, I mean, yeah, you're asking for giving Tylersalt a chance to get back in this.
And at this point, it's just, you have no idea where your opponent is. You're down 1-0 in this series. Could this be the ice ride? No, it's not. But there's crystal number 6 for Matt. Oh, goodness, what a seed. 9 out of our 11 dungeons have been completed. Still going back in. Exactly. You have to go back in at this point. You don't want to, but you have to. And there goes Tylersalt. Going to at least get this swamp small. And we already can see how Tyler feels about this seed at this point. How do you think he's going to feel when he sees that swamp small there?
Enraged, and probably just thinking, I've lost.
I think the one thing that will be going through Tyler's mind at this point, how in the world is Matt not done with a seed yet?
Right.
And this is going to be a little bit longer for Tyler here. Not a lot, but long enough because he's going to be collecting these chests on the way. Because obviously he didn't do these his first time through. All right, is the answer left side swamp? Or is it somewhere else? Vote now with your device. Look at that swag hook shot clip there. So risky, but pulls it off. Is it here, Josh?
Let's see.
The answer. Well,
no,
not there.
Not there.
And is it here all together? Yes, it is. And with that left
Oh,
side swamp
goodness.
play, matt7898, the first of these two runners at 1 hour, 53 minutes, and 8 seconds into go mode, because we know the GT Big is going to be in Ganon's Tower. That's part of the Fad Keys makeup here. So we're going to flute to 6. We're going to finish off this dungeon. Flute to 1. Finish off that dungeon. And if you like game 3s, this one right now is shaping up to require another game 3. There's been a lot of series here in this first round that have come down to all 3 games in the best of 3. So I'm taking a look at the deck that would be run for these runners should a game 3 be required. It would be 2 for Tournament Hard, 3 for Standard Boots, 2 for Ambrosia. Fat Keys, because it's being played right now, would not be allowed. And McBoss would be 2. So 2, 3, 2, 2 would be the chances for all 4 of the remaining modes.
Wow, that's quite the cornucopia from something nice and easy to something potentially painful. Also, how disgusting is it with our collection rate thus far, and we still have not found more than Master Sword?
Could be worse. There could be a copy of your sword a better copy of your sword at this time sitting on the pedestal. We know it's not the case this time around, but I know we had a race earlier today that was that way, right, Josh?
You just keep bringing that up because you won. So someone's in a good mood from that.
No, I just keep bringing that up because we have had experience with 6 seeds today, just like these 2 runners have right now.
Yes.
So just like taking a look at that deck right there. The mode that these 2 runners got in game 1 was Make Boss. So it's a possibility that these 2 runners will get the same mode in game 1 as they do in game 3. That could be interesting if this result is to stick around. Of course, the big question now, does Tylersalt go back in? I think somebody is bringing up that Ambrosia seed that had the Moon Pearl on Trinex that somebody had to defeat with very low health. My goodness, that was disgusting.
Yes, I got to calm that. That was pretty brutal to watch. And then Late Bit and I mean, I've already put that one out of my mind. Which one? I'm trying to remember all the garbage from that one. That one was also very traumatizing.
I mean, there's been some cold stares that dropped the Moon Pearl in that Ambrosia mode with having to do low health fights against that boss. There's really been some interesting seeds already in this tournament, and we still got another 6 weeks of this to go.
Yep, folks, the fun is only in progress. Keep an eye on the schedule, you know, with SpeedGaming here for the future matches as they become available. I know we're kind of winding down the round of 64, but the round of 32 is right around the corner.
So Matt just pretty much just has to get over to Trinix. Because this is going to be a fast turnaround, I think what we'll do is get things going for the big key prediction. Not the numbers in chat just yet, but the point prediction.
Let's see.
All right, there you go. Get your prediction points in. One final guessing game for that. And then, of course, we'll get the numbers in chat right after Matt finishes off with the Trinix. First match of tomorrow begins at 9 a.m. So if you're looking for Rando on the Monday slate, there's definitely going to be a lot of fun coming your way tomorrow. All right, Trinix. Hammer Trinix for Matt. Look at this smooth display of hammering hitting. Didn't get to switch over to the ice rod just in time. That takes a little bit of a quick window to do. Nice dodge. Missed firing at a couple of shots right there. Just going to go to sword strats. You got red mail, which is going to help out with these bodied hits there from the Trinix head.
Nicely done by matt7898.
All right, there we go. Dungeon number 10 complete for Matt, plus Castle Tower already complete as well. We get the small key to the Palace of Darkness. So we had, if you wanted to follow the logic of the sea, that half magic was behind completion of Trinix. Thank you very much, game. Anyways, that's 10 dungeons down, and now Matt's going to be making his way into the Ganon's Tower. There are 22 possibilities where the big key can be. Pick a number between 1 and 22. Tell us where you believe the big key is going to be. Josh, where do you think it is?
Well, I picked 15 and inside Rando Room for the points prediction because, you see, I am a Hope Right router, and we all know that the answer is Rando Room, so I can be the maximum amount of upset versus the Rando Rush clown routers.
Well, you know, the interesting thing about Fat Keys, you're already entering with all 4 keys, so you probably can do the Hope Right without any sort of penalty whatsoever. Nice, quick running up those stairs there for Matt. Here we go. We're going to start over here with the Hope Room. Let's go. Number 1. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Bye-bye. Wow. Cool. I can get my Oreo ice cream from 7-Eleven that much sooner now.
Oh, I thought you were going with harder stuff when you said that a moment ago, so I had to stop you.
No. 7-Eleven, there's a delightful ice cream that I enjoy. Overpriced, but I can walk there as opposed to drive.
By the way, this stream is not brought to you by 7-Eleven, but opportunities do exist.
That's right. You gotta get the Twitch sponsorships going, you know? I mean, Twitch,
So,
there's lots of opportunities here.
One thing that interests me is that Matt did not check the left chest to see if there was a sword next to it.
Yeah, that's a little...
It's interesting. It's definitely interesting. I didn't expect Matt to check anything else as far as any of the checks were concerned, but it just surprised me that he did not check the other chest in that room. It was like, okay, there's the big key, bye!
I mean, at this point,
Matt is very, very knowledgeable with this game, so he knows how to do Master Sword Silvers.
Yeah. It's just that, I mean, when you're desperate, I mean, I guess you can commit to it, but I have a feeling that they'll probably end up checking out the 6 on the climb. Or the 4 on the climb, I should say.
Alright, switching on over to the arrows 1 and 2 and 3. Goodbye. Nice spooky stretch there for Tylersalt. And really, Tyler, we can look at a couple of his decisions, like his early play of ice, which turned into a lot longer than he really cared for. And also the death to Mafula, but Tyler's not that far behind. Has done a pretty good job in this seed. Just Matt got to the things faster, and sometimes that's all it takes to be the difference in a seed.
Yeah, I mean, they ended up kind of neutralizing any sort of advantage they had throughout most of the seed until the very end because, you know, they kept making the wrong one after another all the time. And that could have given time back to Tyler, or time goes right back to Matt, so I mean...
But should this result hold, we will be getting a Game 3 between these two runners, and that should be a lot of fun, especially with that deck the way it is. You don't know. There's nothing that shoots out as a strong favorite, so we could very well get another McBoss. We could get another Infrosia between these two. It could be a really interesting seed. The only thing we're guaranteed not to get is bad keys. And not going to get the sword up here on the climb.
Nope. Somewhere in the bowels of GT there's likely a sword, but I suspect, you know, Tyler, with their remaining time here, I don't think they're going to be going very deep into GT either.
Yeah, you get the key out of the first chest. You probably check the chest next to it, and then you climb. You have to climb at this point because of how long the seed is. You're 2 hours and 5 minutes into what has been a rough seed where you isolated one check and it turned out to have the Swamp Small.
Yeah, it's our secret ice rod hunt in this mode.
All right, there is the bat flying up to the air for Matt. And now we get to watch how Matt will perform with the the Master Sword Ganon fight. Where the heck were those swords? There probably was a sword in Lava Chest. I mean, there probably was 2 swords in GT at this point, the way this seed was. I mean, we only saw 5 out of 27 checks in GT. All right, here we go. Getting him into the corner. Pretty solid location here, but I think Matt's in a pretty strong position where he's ready to move on to the next stage of this fight, especially considering the fact that he's just sitting over there in the corner. At least this time we don't have to play the 24 spins to win.
Nope, we'll be able to get through this very soon here as we're entering phase 4. And boy oh boy, with this seed, you know, my wife texted me before this race began saying, make sure you feed the dog before, you know, 11 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock my time. And I didn't expect to be, like, pretty much on the nose with that.
All right, there's a couple of hits now.
All right, get your shots in.
There we are. Right there. Hey, if you love Rando, we've got a Game 3 between these two coming up. Matt has even the series at 1 game apiece.
Get your GGs in.
And Tyler has immediately said, nope, that's it. The seed has defeated me. I'm done. And we'll get both of these runners in for a quick interview.
What a horrible seed. Whew. And we're joined by matt7898. GG's to you.
Thank you.
So, the battle of which one off has been the location of the next stage of the progression. Always a real rough feeling, but how were you talking yourself through that seed when it came down to that?
Ice Palace, Big Chest was always going to be a hard last location. There are many ways you could have gotten that Ice Palace Big Key before going in there the first time. Like if you go into Dark World and you're like, oh, I kind of want to try to find a sword before I go into Skull Woods, so I'll just go to Pod first with my 3 small keys and get my mitts. And I've done a Gina for some reason, and then I go up the mountain and I can get my Ice Big before going into Ice. Like that is an absolutely reasonable route, and I was like, I'm never going back there. And then it just never found anything. I even did the Out of Logic Pod Big Key chest. I was like, oh no. And then there it was, and I was like, well, it's been fun. I'll see you next year. That I guess we both did the same thing.
Well, the routes diverged a little bit here based on the fact that Tylersalt did go into pod early to get the mitts early enough. This race just was weird, and I think what came down is that when the routes merged together, you both were still trying to seek that bottleneck that was with the Swamp Small. Just you were able to get through all of your checks faster to lead you to that point versus Tyler. And that really was what presented the difference of this race, especially considering the fact that this seed did not want to give you any swords.
Yeah, it was annoying. And that sword in Skull Woods was kind of mean too, right? Because you just want to put that off and off and off until you get one.
And we welcome in Tyler into the conversation. Your thoughts about the seed?
Oh man, GG's, Matt. First
GG's,
of all,
dude.
what a garbage heap. I don't know why, but I went into a little bit of gremlin mode in this seed. It's like, all right, I'm just gonna do weird stuff and see if anything works. And so I on a whim did that ice dip early without the big key or the small keys or the hook shot or the cane of Samaria, which was just in Agina's cave. So that was fun. And then I think from there on, I was like, all right, well, we're just gonna skip a bunch of stuff and do stuff in a weird order and see what happens. And what happens is the seed didn't let you do that, right? And it had that Swamp Small in the Ice Big that was locking the end of the game.
Yeah, you both, as I just said just a moment ago, both of you got stuck with that same bottleneck. And I think if you add in some of that time that you spent with the Ice Palace unfortunates that you had there with how you're going through that dungeon without any keys. And the other part was that unfortunate death to Mothula.
Yeah, that felt bad. That felt bad. I knew that I was going to be giving some time back there, especially after I was actually really happy with the way that the Ice Palace went without basically anything and getting through there relatively scot-free.
Yeah, I gotta give you a lot of credit for getting through the dungeon the way that you did with only 5 hearts?
5 hearts, blue mail, I think, and I had the hammer and the fire rod.
Like at the time that both of you were fighting off against Mothula and Cold Stare, we had to remind people that this was Fad Keys, not Ambrosia.
Yeah, I was so frustrated that that Ice Palace dip went so well, and then I died a moth with like red mail. It's just like I kept getting hit by the spikes instead of by moth, and he wasn't cooperating, wasn't coming down, so I couldn't get hammer hits. And but I'm happy with the way that I played. I don't know that I'm happy with the way that I routed, because I routed basically just like following my whims at any given moment, because I figured that I would need to find something really off path, again, to beat Matt. But it didn't work out today. That's fine.
Yeah, we're getting to a point here where it came down to just loose locations, and it just became kind of the situation where both of you put off the Ice Palace big chest, and for understandable reasons. Like,
Yeah.
how bad do you want to go back to a dungeon that you've already beat for a single check?
Well, and I think that was actually part of my thought process with not trying to like do the bomb jump over to the right side and clear those the first time that I was there. I was like, all right, I'm not coming back here until I find the cane and the big key. And even then it might be a while, you know, because I made this kind of hard choice to do that so early, and it bit me super hard. I think by the time that I did, I said this in the race room, I think by the time that I finally got around to doing like the southwestern Dark World stuff, south of the of Village of Outcasts, like Smith Chain, and Dig Game and Stumpy, which I'd skipped forever. By the time I finally resigned myself to doing that and found absolutely nothing, I was like, well, okay, GG's. We'll just play this out and figure out what happened later.
Yeah, there's a point where it did feel like that you needed to probably start to get into the dungeons, but you know, you're the one who has the controller. It's easy for us to know how things are when we can see both screens. It's a harder feeling when you wind up having that controller in your hand. Now, the only saving grace here for you, Tyler, or the biggest saving grace, I should say, because I don't want to make it sound like it's a minor thing. You were playing with a game in hand, so this was not an elimination match for you.
No, and we're gonna run this back. We're gonna try to do tomorrow at the same time. Hopefully, depending on Matt's work, I think. But we should be able to do that. If we need to reschedule, we'll reschedule. But yeah, I figured I would try to have fun today and see what happens. I'm gonna try to do the same thing tomorrow. I've said this at every step of the way in the tournament. I didn't expect to qualify. I didn't expect to make it out of groups, and I certainly didn't expect to take a game off of Matt. So everything about this tournament has exceeded my wildest expectations, and so I'm just looking to go out there tomorrow and have fun and see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see what ends up happening. Just as a note, your deck for game number 3 will be 2 tournament hard, 3 standard boots, 2 Ambrosia, and 2 McBoss. Obviously, Fad Keys, because you just played it here, will not be available to you. So, looks like you have almost even possibilities. So, I'm going to start with Matt. Of those 4 modes, which one would you like to see coming up here for game 3?
Standard boots.
And what about you, Tyler?
Anything but standard boots. No, I'm hoping for McBoss or Ambrosia. I need that extra little wrinkle to have a shot here against Matt for sure.
Well, Tyler, you just want to clown. That's what you really want to do.
I love McBoss. Anything with Enemizer, I'm here for. Yeah. I love that stuff. You know, so give me something with a little bit of a wrinkle. Because if it's standard boots or open hard and it is just an execution fest, I frankly do not have much of a shot. Matt is just so much cleaner at this than me. But we'll see.
You never know what might end up happening, so we're excited to see this game 3 between you two. You know,
for sure.
So we'll see what ends up happening for these 2 runners when the game 3 comes around. Winner takes all and moves on to the next round to face off against Katie Wukawa. We'll see. I mean, it should be a lot of fun. Good luck to both of you.
Thank you. And thank you for the commentary and the stream, the tracking.
Yeah, thanks for the restream, everybody. Rick and Josh, you guys are great. And who was tracking? Jaxie, thank you for tracking, Jaxie. Appreciate it.
Jaxie, absolutely wonderful hitting those buttons here, making sure those icons appear as we found them on the stream. So that's going to do it for us here. Special thanks to everyone who helped get this race all set up. And when this race happens tomorrow or whenever it does show up, these two, well, they'll go ahead and have some fun in game number 3. Hey, don't forget, races begin tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern, which would be 3 o'clock Central European time. A lot of races tomorrow as we continue on with the first round and even the second round with one of our matches as well. So thank you for joining us. Hey, Josh?
It's been fun.
Go get your milkshake. Go have yourself some fun with that.
Yes, we'll get the other stuff too that I can't mention on stream.
Who won your 80 keys race?
It was Rick in a walk, unfortunately. So it wasn't a good time. It was a tough seed, but I did not play it very well. And yep, Rick took the victory. I get Red Kitsune in week 4 of the 80 Keys tournament, so no reprieve for me.
All right, let's get out of here. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We'll talk to you for more Link to the Past Rando coming up here tomorrow.
Bye-bye,
Thanks, Chad. I love you.